Good evening, and I am trying a new mic. Thank you to actually 3 people have sent me mics, and I just think that I'm not techie enough to use them correctly. And then Robert Taylor sent this mic and posted a YouTube video on how to use it. So I'm a little bit less with excuse. I just had to follow along the YouTube video he created. But thank you to all who care, and I'm really sorry that my audio hasn't been the best. I do think I somewhat self-sabotage. I think it's kind of along the same vein as like I don't like to wear makeup and stuff like that because I don't want to look good. I don't want to sound necessarily that good. I don't know what it is. At one point during all the pain that we went through, my son got face tattoos. And one of the reasons that he has told me is that he doesn't want people just to go, "Oh, you're so handsome." He wants people to see beyond the superficial or something. So, don't know if that fully relates, but it's kind of like, I don't sound very good. Oh, well. I don't want to look really good. Oh, well. So anyway, I'm just being really vulnerable here. I don't like to look like a total mess because I do get feedback about that too. Like, you should brush your hair. Or you should iron your curtains. These curtains that are behind me. Yeah, I should. There are a lot of things I should do. So anyway, I just wanted to post a short video to thank Robert and 2 others that have sent me mics. And I think part of my problem is that I try to make it loud when I edit the video, and then I think maybe I make it too loud. So I'm partly just experimenting with this microphone too. But I did read some of the comments today, a few, and Mr. Combits, I read your comments, at least a few of them, and it's just strange because you have one that says, like, do you really think that he was going to put bombs in books? Of course not. When Witness Lee said he was preparing bombs, atomic bombs, but brother, those are violent words. Those are militant words. Let's see, I'm trying to find your comment. Priestley Scribe said he made a comment that at the 20-minute point or so of the Cleveland Press publication on March 20th, 1981, he has quoted all kinds of dirty birds lodged there. Lee said he was planning 5 books, 5 atomic bombs that would reveal and destroy mainstream Christianity as a bankrupt system steeped in superstition. Lee's use of militant language seems to justify the March 2025 decision by Moscow, Russia court to ban Lee's Bible. Here's part of the court's justification. The court, quote, "The court told the Russian Agency of Legal and Judicial Information that some of Witness Lee's comments had special linguistic signs of propaganda and humiliation against other religions. The court went so far as to say that some comments appeared to justify violence against people of other religions." And Mr. Combits replied, "Here we have a good example of people with an agenda twisting and misrepresenting what others say. Witness Lee says that these books would be a bomb. So you really think he's going to put a bomb inside a book and blow it up? Seriously? I don't know how you got that, brother. I remember you from my childhood, and you're very dear to me, but Priestley Scribe's comment is that this is militant language. This is violent language using the analogy or a metaphor of an atomic bomb. And this is during the Cold War. I believe you'd still consider this a Cold War time where that's loaded language. So yes, there is some pretty violent language used toward Christians. You might say it's toward Christianity, but Witness Lee was talking about destroying mainstream Christianity as a bankrupt system steeped in superstition. And I just have to say that I heard about how poor and degraded Christianity was all growing up. And I can't tell you how precious the communities are that I have been in with fellow believers who love Jesus and who love God's word and who love one another and who take care of their conscience and who care for people. I don't have the words, but eventually we will see the fruits of ministry that loves God and loves people, and the fruit of ministry that talks about bombing Christianity. Okay, so I'm going to insert just a little bit more here. I feel to read the newspaper or the article that Priestley Scribe is referring to, or at least one of the articles that refers to the matter that he mentions in his comment. So this is an article by someone by the name of Massimo Introvini, Italian, and it's called Russia Bans Local Church Publication as Extremist. Now, I am not at all siding with Russia related to their stand on any matter, but I would say that the points made about the recovery version, or what they call the restoration version, some of the points are true. The subtitle is Banning the Founder, Witness Lee's Edition of the Bible May Open the Way to Liquidating the Movement Itself. And this was written on March 18th, 2025. On March 7th, 2025, Russian media reported that the Moscow City Court declared extremist the book New Testament, the Restoration translation distributed by the local church founded by Chinese preacher Witness Lee. The court found that the comments by Witness Lee on what it called a non-canonical translation of the New Testament contained signs of exclusivism, a frequent Russian accusation against groups banned as extremist. Exclusivism means implying that the biblical interpretation by Witness Lee is superior to others, including the one by the Russian Orthodox Church, ROC. But I would say, including that for sure, but the attitude is definitely that Witness Lee's ministry is superior to all others in this group. So they're right there. And there is definitely exclusivism. My parents found the church, quote, the local church, wanting to be not divided from any believers. And I would say that this group is super exclusive. Use the word super as part of the word super dash divisive from other believers. Definitely not inclusive as they may claim. The decision stated that the translation includes special linguistic signs of propaganda and humiliation against other religions, including the ROC, based on specific linguistic analyses by anti-cult experts. Finally, the court believed that the translation includes hidden or subliminal messages persuading readers to send donations to the local church. The local church originated from an international evangelical Christian movement that began in China during the 1920s. It is characterized by the belief that there should be only one active Christian church within each city as a response to denominational disputes. This movement was founded on the teachings of Watchman Nee, a Chinese Christian who was influenced by the Plymouth Brethren. In the 1930s, Nee authored books on his beliefs and established churches across China. After the establishment of the communist regime, the CCP reviewed Nee's activities and initiated an investigation. Consequently, he was removed from Shanghai and subsequently imprisoned in 1952 for life. There's a picture of Witness Lee, 1905 to 1997. In 1948, Ni sent Witness Lee to lead the mission in Taiwan. Lee's church expanded to nearby countries and the United States, gaining members from Chinese American communities and beyond. In 1962, Lee founded Living Stream Ministry in California to support his writing and teaching. This publishing arm offers guidance to autonomous congregations in the local church movement, which follow the teachings of Ni and Lee. So offers guidance to autonomous congregations is very misleading, as is the whole 1962 founding Living Stream Ministry. I have more to say about that, but not misleading, it's misguided. I believe that Massimo is writing what he knows, but there are a lot of truths that are covered up, buried, misrepresented by the Living Stream and by this group, so it's hard to get the actual facts. Okay. Having its literature banned as extremist normally in Russia paves the way to declaring extremist the movement itself, thus prohibiting all religious activities in Russian territory. Okay, I would like to just read a little bit more of a comment from Priestley Scribe. He says, while on the surface that is a true statement that in 1962 Lee founded Living Stream Ministry in California to support his writing and teaching, while on the surface that is a true statement, there is another side to this official story. Witness Lee moved his operation to the USA in 1962 mainly to escape accountability for his and his sons' many business failures involving misuse of church funds and failure to pay back personal loans in the Far East. The USA in 1962 thus essentially served as a nation of refuge for Lee and Sons, and the Americans never asked the right questions as to why he so willingly relocated. And due to the Taiwanese culture of honoring Witness Lee above the truth about his behavior, those who could have warned the Americans remained silent. And there's more about that on a certain website. So in 1962, Witness Lee actually came trying to help his son Timothy sell suits at the Seattle-based World Fair. Suits from Taiwan that were being sold at a very high price, and I believe that did not work out, and there were just a lot of financial failures, and there was a lot of financial corruption, even smuggling of gold bars, literally gold bars, from the Philippines into Taiwan and getting in trouble with the law. That was Witness Lee from what I have read. So anyway, there's a lot of information that is a lot hidden, covered up, which should not be the case. I have another article that I'd like to share, but I'll save it for another video. I think I'll just stop there. Thank you.